Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Swapna and this is the first lecture on a chapter 4, that is a training, managing and motivating the sales force. Attracting and selecting a new sales personnel is a very important aspect. Recruiting is the procedure to obtain a good number of people with the potential capabilities of becoming a good salesperson, because our sales and our profit is depends on a salesperson. Let us see the sources of recruitment of salesperson may be internal sources and external sources. Let us discuss about the methods to test the sales ability of a salesperson. The first is an interview assessment. A personal interviews are a good way to measure a salesperson's ability and learn more about their personal sales philosophy. You should begin an interview by asking who in the selling world that inspires the person being interviewed and why. Hence, the interview assessment is a best method for testing a sales ability of a salespeople. The second is a role play. The nothing gives a small business manager a clear picture of a team member's ability than a role playing. The role playing technique used in a certain situation is evaluated in a role play. By giving a role playing, you can study about the strength and the weaknesses of the salesperson. The next is a written sales test. A regular, solid sales are achieved through a general knowledge of a step known as a selling process. The administering the written test will give you an insight on what your staff knows. List the steps of selling process out of order in a written format and ask the salespeople to label them in a correct order. So, the written sales test is also useful for assessing a sales ability of a salespeople. The next is a personality test. These are intended to measure a various personality traits. These tests are the most risky and difficult to validate because of our inability to identify the traits needed for a particular sales job. In a personality test, the personality traits are tested in such kind of test. Let us see the last one. It's a situation test. These tests are used to measure the applicant's capability to work in the real situation. It measures the capacity of salesmen to behave with a different customers in a different sales area. So let us discuss a sales force job analysis and a description. It is divided into a two part. It's a conducting a job analysis and preparing a job description. Let us see a conducting a job analysis. Before a company can search for a particular type of salesperson, it must know something about the sales job to be filled. A proper job analysis involves some steps. The first is analyze the environment in which the salesperson is to work. The second is determine the duties and the responsibilities of a salesperson. And the third one is to spend time making calls and the several salespeople, then the observing and recording the various tasks of the job and they are the actually performed. They should be the done for a variety of different types of customers and over a representative period of time. The second point is preparing a job description. Job descriptions is used in recruiting, selecting, training, compensating and evaluating the sales force. The description should be in a writing so that it can be referred to frequently. The written job description lets the prospective job applicants as well as a current sales personnel. The job description is helpful to the people for exactly knowing their duties and responsibilities. Let us see about the areas of a sales training. The first is a company specific knowledge. A sales training should include information relating to the company. For example, history of the industry, then the company's place, their past, present and future plans, then the opportunities for earning, the acquiring, the build up of professional appeals. So such kind of information should be known by the salesperson. The another is the product knowledge, industry and a market trend knowledge. The salesperson should know about the product, the industry, certain industry and what are the market trends. So these should be known by the salespeople. The third one is a customer and a technology. The salespersons should know about their customers, their likes, their dislikes, their expectations and they should aware about new technologies also. Let us discuss about a value added selling. A value added selling is one of several self techniques that rely a building on the inherent value of a product or a service. By its nature and a value added techniques is a more flexible and a customized selling approach that requires input from a defined range of average customers. The value added selling, it is a more than a general selling. If you are providing a more sales service than the regular, so it is added in a value added selling and it is a flexible as per the customers and a sales requirement. Let us discuss about a motivation programs for a sales team. The first is a sales meeting and another is a sales contest. And in a sales contest, you can provide them a financial incentives and a non-financial incentives also. So let us discuss about a needs of a sales contest. A sales contest is a special selling campaign offering a benefits in the form of additional reward to a successful salesman. So let us discuss about the objectives of sales contest. The general objective are to obtain a new customers, to secure a large orders per call, to push a slow moving items and a high margin goods for it is useful for a new products, then to overcome a seasonal decline in sales and to encourage the displays by dealers and to increase your businesses. So let us discuss about the prize in a contest. There are the four types of prizes. The first is the cash awards, the merchandise, the travel and holidays and the special honor, are the prizes in a contest. And the last point in a contest is the disadvantages of a sales contest are: the first, it's a regular duties, then the undesirable results, the sales contest slumps, and the sales morale, the reduces the team spirits. These are the disadvantages of a sales contest. Let us see the third technique. It's a sales compensation. It is a reward given to an employee in exchange of his services for the company. The sales compensation can include a monetary compensation, that is a salary, financial incentives, such as bonuses and commissions. It can include a monetary and a non-monetary compensation also. The next and last method, it's a supervising. Effective supervision goes a long way in motivating the sales team. A manager or a supervisor's impact on employee motivation is immeasurable. A supervisor or the manager should first and foremost gain the trust of his subordinates. They should set clear goals and maintain open communicate channels, empower individuals and a team, and create a healthy working environment. So then the supervising is also a good motivational programs for the sales team. Let us discuss about evaluating a sales force performance and controlling sales activities. The first is a sales records and a reporting system. Reports and records are one of the ways to exercise control. A sales record is a record of a sales volume, sales order to call ratio, profitability, the selling expenses. The salesmen are also asked to send reports periodically. These reports may be a daily, weekly or the monthly. The second, it's improving a sales productivity. A sales productivity can be explained as maximizing a sales results while reducing the resources extended. The resources can include anything from cost to effort to time. Setting clear goals and targets, tracking and measuring a key sales activity. These are techniques used for improving a sales productivity. So let us discuss about ethical issues in a sales management. Some are the ethical issues we have to discuss here. The first is a misuse of a company credit card or expense account. It is not ethical. Then reporting inaccurate work hours, inflating a sales data, the accepting a kickbacks, deception, than the sharing confidential information, high pressure selling. These are not ethical. Let us discuss about legal issues in a sales management. So major laws affecting on a sales and a marketing in India. These laws are a Consumer Protection Act 1986, then the Companies Act 1956, the Contract Act 1872, the Monopolies and Restrictive Trade Practices Act 1969, the Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, the Competition Act 2002, and the Essential Commodities Act 1955. Thank you.